Welcome to Layn Turo University. My name is Conrad Layn. I'm a Turo master host, and I'm going to share how you can earn 6 figures or 7 figures, no cap. Let's get right into it. I love being a Turo master host, and I'm going to teach you how to also earn a proper amount of income as well. We're going to go over how to earn 7 figures or 6 figures, depending on your capacity and how many units, aka vehicles, you have. I personally own 35 cars, no arrogance intended, that I rent independently, but I have returned to Turo and added 5 cars to the Turo platform. So I was originally renting independently, and I started off renting on Hire Car, Get Around, and it was really quite the experience. Unfortunately, Hire Car and Get Around have went out of business earlier this year actually, but I was riding with them for over 4 years, and I was also renting on Turo as well, since I have quite a bit of vehicles. Now I primarily rent independently, but I decided to add 5 cars to the Turo platform to show people how to earn income, even if you have the smallest fleet, starting from 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars, or 5 cars. So as I mentioned, I have 35 cars, but I'm currently only utilizing 5 cars on the Turo platform. I'll be transparent and share my monthly Turo income earned, expenses, and anything else regarding Turo. That way you have an inside view and perspective of how to run Turo business and what it is like from the inside. I will add my Turo whiteboard of convictions. It's not looking too good today because my board, I have, forgive me, I'm really just building my studio right now, and I don't know where my markers went. So it looks a little messy, as you see on the screen, so forgive me for that. But I just want to be super transparent and share, hey, I'm a regular guy, just here, really just, I work in finance, and this is kind of something I do on the side that's really built a good amount of income for me. You can do the same as well. For those that maybe have a full-time career, maybe you're a physician, maybe you're an attorney, a fellow Esquire, maybe you're an engineer, heck, maybe you work at McDonald's, whatever the case might be. But for the most part, I'm gonna teach you how to turn a side income to a primary income, and you utilize this to purchase real estate, build up your collateral for additional investments, showing that you have like proper collateral for maybe a down payment, whatever the case might be. But let's get it. I digress. The point of this is I'm gonna share my convictions and my whiteboard, which looks absolutely terrible, but doesn't matter because there's real facts and stats behind this, and I didn't want to wait a moment longer for me to get new markers to actually make this video. So here it goes. Let's dive right into it. So I'm gonna share how I gauge this whiteboard of conviction, so you can review, compare, and scrutinize the Turo whiteboard of conviction. In addition, I have decided to show you that it is possible to earn significant Turo income in only 10 days, which is a good way to gauge your Turo business, because that means if I can earn significant income in only 10 days without adding extras or deliveries, means that you can earn a lot more Turo income if you rent for more than 10 days, or if you rent your Turo cars for multiple weeks, and if you decide to offer car delivery or extras for your Turo renters. This means that you can earn a lot more income than I have earned in 10 days. It does not matter if you are a beginner Turo host with 0 cars, 1 car, or if you are a Turo Par host with a massive fleet. I will teach you how to increase your Turo income, no matter the experience level, and doesn't matter if you have good credit, bad credit, or no credit. You can still be successful on Turo. I'm gonna share how to do it. We're a Turo Think group. What this video is primarily for, and this channel Layn Turo University is for, is to teach you how to do it from point A to point Z, all the way through the alphabet. Because again, I work in finance, and oftentimes when people invest or make investments, they don't know what to do. So they hire an advisor to assist them. So that's what I'm doing here essentially, is my free dedication to help motivate you to be able to turn a side income to a primary income, that we can really get a grant freedom. But let's get right into it. So Turo works like this. From point A to point B, you add your car on the Turo platform. From that point, when you add it on the Turo platform, it becomes listed, an actual listing that people could book and reserve. Something similar to VRBO, which is vacation rentals, or Airbnb. And a matter of fact, Turo's coined the term the Airbnb of cars. So what that does essentially allows you to add 1 car, 2 cars, 20 cars, 30 cars, how many cars you have, and earn an income off it. Pretty cool, right? Super easy to set up. Nothing else you really have to do at that point. But this is a secret that a lot of people just don't know how to do. So we're gonna dive right into it and share more about it. So what I would like to do is, if you can simply add, if you're a fellow Turo host, or if you're starting off and you have questions, like how do you start Turo, or if you have a question, or if you're going through a claim, you might be surprised someone watching this video might have an answer. Maybe I might have an answer. So I'm gonna do my best to chime in as well. But this is a really, like I mentioned, this is a think group. So I want all of us to chime in. If you see someone that has a question, be so kind to answer it for them if you have the experience. Maybe you're a par host, maybe you're a master host, maybe you're a regular Turo host or all-star host or a host that just started off. Maybe you have one car, maybe your question is how do you get to 5 cars, how do you get to 10 cars? Leave your questions in the comments below, and that way we can answer as a think group and a Turo family. But let me get right into it further. I want you to list how many cars you have and or how much you've earned in the income, what some of your problems were this month. For the month of March, we're currently in the month of April. This is regarding the month of March, but if you're currently in April, of course, and you're planning to add your cars in May, June, or even April this month, or if you added in the previous months, feel free to ask how that was, maybe some convictions, maybe things you learned, any problems you've had, any successes you've had. Really kind of share as much as possible, that way we can share as much as possible with everyone else because you'd be surprised, same way you're watching this video to get information, the more you put in the group, the more the group puts out. So that's just kind of like the whole equivalent exchange. And that's just how we do it. So anyways, most importantly, Turo hosts are a curious bunch. So that's one of the primary reasons why we tend to want to watch videos to learn. So if you're curious and you want to learn, also dedicate yourself to adding to the group. Your Turo host stats, numbers, and all this can significantly help our group and many other Turo hosts. You can also post questions that you may have, and I will chime in, as I mentioned earlier, to answer your questions, in addition to other Turo hosts and viewers who can also chime in as well. Let's just keep it respectful, and that's all I really have to say. But anyways, Turo host viewers like seeing other Turo host numbers and experiences because it helps the Turo success community grow. Before we dive into the March 2026 Turo stats, numbers, and Turo income earned and accrued, feel free to answer these 5 questions. Once we answer these 5 questions, this is a popular few by decision and by vote, so feel free to answer these questions so we can share it through group. First question: how much did your Turo best car earn you last month? Question number 2: how much did your Turo worst car earn you last month? Question number 3, pardon me, how many days were your cars booked for in the previous month? See, I got Turo on the brain. Number 4, how much income did you as a Turo host earn in total last month, and if it was a bad month or good month for you? Question number 5, how many cars do you have listed on Turo? Let's now dive in to my Turo numbers and stats. You must always understand how much income you earn, your gross amount, but you also need to understand your expenses. That way you get to the net amount. Without understanding your expenses, which is a very important component, you won't truly understand if you're truly profitable. So super, super important, but let's dive right into my numbers. My Turo gross amount earned, income accrued, was $3,248 in 10 days. Phenomenal. 10 days. That represents $324.80 per day that I earned. Every month I've been earning more and more. And this is only in 10 days. As mentioned, if you do this for 20 days, you could possibly double that. If you rent your car every single day of the month, which a lot of Turo hosts do, that's totally fine. I just have a theory where I don't like having to rent my car. I want to rent it by choice. So which is why I'm so happy I'm able to earn these incomes within 10 days. And if I decide to want to leverage it out and rent it for 20 days, 15 days, 25 days, 30 days, I can do that. But I've already made a profitable accrued amount within only 10 days, which is the stated amount and my goal for each video, to earn significant amount of income within only 10 days. That way you could do this and do it fairly easy and even make more than me. But let's get right into it, people. $3,248 is the gross amount I earned in only 10 days before expenses are deducted, and my cars were only rented for 1/3 of the month, which is 30% utilization, which means average of 10 days earned. I earned $3,248, as mentioned before, in the month of March 2026, which was last month. Which means if I decide to rent cars for additional days, means I can increase the income per month. Also, please take notice of this. I did not offer any Turo renters extras or deliveries, which means if I want, I can earn more income if I ever want to add extras or deliveries. For example, prepaid gas, extra mileage. Maybe you want to add a video game, maybe an Nintendo Switch to the car and charge maybe additional $30 per day. Turo really lets you customize this thing. It's really, really cool to really add additional income. Pretty cool. Maybe you want to add the extra to return the car without having to return it with a gas or fuel. They can bring it back on empty and you charge them extra fee for that. Or maybe they want, maybe for example, some type of, you build a list and you send them to all the popular restaurants in town. You get really creative with your extras. I didn't do any of this. I kept it very basic. That way you can understand this and do it yourself and add these to earn even more income. I'm going to share 2 realistic financial perspectives and intrinsic ways of evaluating your net income after your expenses are deducted from the gross income. Gross income is beautiful, but you must always include the end number, which are your expenses subtracted from your Turo gross income to get your Turo net income. Now, I will share 2 financial perspectives to evaluate your Turo net income. First off, my Turo true net income is $3,248, right? Wrong. That is not the Turo net income, true net income. That's the Turo gross income. The Turo true net income is $2,817.06. I will repeat that again. I earned a gross amount of $3,248, which equates to $324.80 per day within a 10-day stipulated period. The net income is $2,817.06. Turo true net income simply means not including my monthly car loan payments of $1,455 because each car payment adds equity to my net worth. Since my cars are financed to own and once car loans are paid off, I will receive $2,817.06 of Turo income is what I will earn going forward after all expenses have been deducted, which is a profitable amount. Turo true net income only can work if you own the car and cannot work with leased vehicles. Unfortunately, due to that, leased vehicles are long-term rental contracts, so you don't reap the ownership benefits of net worth accruement and you don't reap the tax benefits if you are not the owner. Turo true net income also allows you to apply and use business vehicles as collateral for real estate deals, purchasing homes, and a lot of other financial benefits when you own the car. Finance to own grants you this privilege. If you lease your vehicles, no worries. I'm going to share the second perspective of Turo net income. Turo true net income perspective is for the vehicle owners, and Turo net income is for leased vehicles and or non-owners. I'm going to repeat that again. There's a difference between Turo true net income and Turo net income. Turo true net income considers the net worth aspect of finance to own, because once the cars are paid off, which I typically always pay off my cars early, I will be able to receive a true net income of $2,817.06. If you have a lease, for example, you don't own the car, it means you're constantly going to be paying into a car you don't own. You only can actually afford Turo net income, which is still profitable. You just won't have the ownership capabilities and benefits, essentially. The only expense for Turo true net income would be for car insurance, car wash membership, parking lot, and a few other expenses that I will share with you shortly, which is why I typically pay more than the car loan amount, which I mentioned earlier, to pay off the car faster and pay less interest over time of the car loan. The Turo true net income is one way of understanding profitability, and the other way of understanding is Turo net income, which leaves me a profit of $2,817.06. Second, let's dive right into it. The Turo net income sounds very similar. Turo true net income compared to Turo net income. Turo true net income is different than Turo net income. Let me share. My Turo net income is $1,362.06, which includes car loan payments of $1,455. Turo net income of $1,362.06, that is a profit minus the car loan payments, which equals profit but does not correctly illustrate my net worth and distracts from the strategy being executed due to that once car loan payments are completely paid off, the Turo net income will no longer exist. Due to that, Turo net income increases since car payments would be completed and no further car loan payments would be due with profit of $2,817.06. Think of it this way. When you own a home, for example, right, you have a mortgage essentially. Once you pay off your mortgage, most people have a 30-year mortgage. It could be for a unit that's for a single family home, a duplex, a triplex, a 4-unit, or it could be even commercial, probably 5 units and above. Once you pay off the mortgage, essentially, that payment's exhausted. Like put an extinguisher on the payment, done. All you pay are typically what maintain the asset. You don't no longer have payments to the bank because it's paid off. you own it free and clear at that point. You typically have to pay your property taxes, maybe insurance, maybe maintenance, etc., upkeep, but the main payment of what you have to pay to the bank is done. So your net income actually will increase because now you no longer have those payments. You're paying the bank. You get to pay yourself those payments. You essentially become the bank. No different than being a Turo owner or a vehicle owner. Once you pay your payments off, you own the car outright, you get all these wonderful tax benefits, you get all these wonderful wealth benefits, you get all these accruements where you become the bank essentially. We go real deep here, but really recommend financing your own if you can. But if you cannot and you only can get a lease, not a problem. You can still be very profitable and still follow a similar structure as such. But let's go right in further. This is really cool. We get really deep into this. I'm gonna share my 5 expenses, and that's all I have. I have 5 expenses, and it's gonna be really cool. So let's dive right into it, and you can follow these same expenses. I'm gonna share a lot of secrets so that if you're a new host, if you're a Turo Par host, an All-Star host, doesn't quite matter. You could use these. You could really regurgitate this and make it your own. I don't care. I'm just sharing information. I have a background in finance, and I want to make your life a little bit easier. So, and feel free to add or chime in if you have any other further experiences you want to share or state something I can maybe do better. I am not perfect, but I love what I'm doing. I just want to share information with y'all. I'm building my studio here, and so it's a little basic right now, but it'll be better the next few months. But for now, let's dive into the nice numbers. Let's get right into it. Car loans. $1,455 is per month for 5 cars. As I mentioned, I added 5 cars to Turo platform. I own 35 cars, but I added 5 cars to Turo platform, and I have a car loan on all 5 cars. These are finance to own vehicles. I want to dive in even deeper and share further transparency and a more specified and refined approach, which will be the following 3 exhibits that I will label Transparency A, Transparency B, and Transparency C, which will share more specifics of my expenses regarding car loans. First up is Transparency A, which consists of that I like to pay off my cars early. So I can own cars fast and pay them off even faster with less interest over time. So if I want to own a car faster, it means I must pay more down per each payment. And that's less interest that's accrued over time. But you don't have to pay off your car early like I do, but this is what I like to do, and I've been doing this, and it works out well for me. I typically reinvest profits back into future car payments, which reduce interest over time and allow me to pay off the car faster so I can get rid of the finance to own car. I personally don't like debt, so I like getting rid of it as soon as possible. Also, once car is paid off, it becomes equity. If car is financed to own, becomes part of my and your as a Turo's net worth. Think about it, which can be sold, traded, or for another car. It can be traded for another car. It can be sold. It can be rented for pure profit since car loan payment no longer exists. Once car loan is paid off, I can also provide long-term leases to other Turo hosts and can use cars in real estate deals, and many other strategies are available to me since I finance to own the car. Leasing cars can do not grant you the same benefits or tax advantages that are privileged to the car owners. However, you can still be very profitable with lease car business models, which you will learn as you watch this video and many other Turo videos on my Conrad Layn Turo University channel. Up next is Transparency B. I finance to own cars, and once car loan is paid off, I no longer have car payments, which my monthly expenses significantly decrease to only $430.91 for my Turo fleet. Last but not least is Transparency C, which is $430.94, as I previously mentioned, is my total expected expenses and operational costs, which includes the annualized rates paid for Best Buy membership, parking lot for my 5 Turo cars, and insurance. Since I live in Los Angeles, parking can be very costly, but parts of my expenses, which are recommended and are really natural in the running of this business. There are, of course, maintenance fees, oil change, tire rotation deductible if Turo claim is filed, and damage occurs, which will be calculated at the time of damage. That completes all 3 transparencies regarding my Turo car loan expenses. The next expenses I will share with you after car loans is parking lot is $50 per month per each car. So 5 cars, that's $250 per month, which is phenomenal, especially in Los Angeles. And it is definitely a wonderful piece of freedom and cost that I need, because with me having my own lot, people could come and rent cars from me 24/7 essentially. And it's cool. And I can even rent the spaces out. There's so many different ways you could bend this and make more income once you actually own these assets, or once you figure out a way on how to have monthly memberships with parking lots. You even rent to other Turo hosts and make additional income like that. Really, really cool. Well, I'll share more videos on how to do that, but I don't want to digress any further. Stay on track. My third expense is automated car wash membership, which costs $19.99 per month for 5 cars, which is $99.95 per month for 5 cars. I love paying for this automated car wash because it's a tax advantage and it allows me to offer tour renters an additional paid extra, which allows them to return car dirty for extra fee, or allows guests to take car to car wash themselves before return. This gives tour renters options to clean car for me so they don't have to pay for car wash, and I get a free employee and another way to earn more money with extras. If I want to, or I can just offer this as a free service to motivate tour renters to return car clean with the promise of free car wash option, which will help you earn 5 stars since this is a good experience and benefit to tour renter who is renting your car. Or as I mentioned, you could just sell this to them as an extra. Really up to you. I like to primarily give this as a free courtesy so that it motivates them to take the car at the end of the trip to essentially wash the car, make sure it's clean, vacuum it for me, and they're usually happy, give you a 5-star review, bada bing, bada boom. My fourth expense is Garage Keepers Insurance. Please let this sink in. Garage Keepers Insurance. If you have a chance, go on ChatGPT, go on some type of AI program, go on Google, look up what Garage Keepers Insurance is. This probably will really help you, especially if you have a massive amount of units, or if you have a fleet, or even if you have one car, but especially if you have multiple cars. Garage Keepers Insurance, I pay $800 annually, which is $66 per month for all 5 cars, and covers up to 70 cars. Most Turo hosts pay a lot more for car insurance than I do, and I have officially shared an insurance secret with you. Welcome to the channel. That's the benefit of Conrad Layn and following the Layn University business strategy videos. Welcome to my channel. Garage Keeper Insurance coverage on average can cost anywhere between $800 and $1,500 annually. I repeat and make this super clear, and that I only pay $800 per year annually, not per month. Let me make this clear again. I only pay $800 per year annually, not per month, but annually, and will insure up to 70 cars, and I have 35 cars in total. I've listed Garage Keeper Insurance information in the video description for your review if you are interested. My fifth expense is Best Buy annual membership, which allows me to receive free vehicle GPS tracker installation, saving me anywhere from $200 through $400 per GPS car tracker installation, which means I saved $1,000 through $2,000 for my 5 Turo cars. I paid the annual Best Buy membership price of only $179.99, but I have calculated and divided the annual cost by 12 to reflect monthly charge for Best Buy membership, which is $14.99 per month. In addition, the extra benefit is that once you have the Best Buy membership, you can use Geek Squad benefits for any other Best Buy store purchases and or matters regarding home installation, apartment installation, etc. This is the Best Buy membership that keeps on giving. Think of it like an early Christmas present that keeps on giving. Before you purchase Best Buy membership, make sure the Best Buy location offers GPS installation service for your vehicle for no additional cost. Some Best Buy locations don't have the garage set up, and you may have to call around and find the Best Buy that has a garage set up where you can bring your car and they will install GPS tracker, but definitely call your local Best Buy. That way you will know if you must drive further to Best Buy garage or if it's in your local area. You simply drop your car off at Best Buy garage and they install the vehicle GPS tracker, and it's a very easy process. Free and won't cost you anything. And I like the word free. Again, free, F-R-E-E, free. Yes, I said that, free. I've listed Best Buy membership website in the video description for your review if you are interested. My last expense is wonderful, and I absolutely love this wonderful expense, Advantage GPS. You do not have to choose this company, but this company is phenomenal with a capital P, phenomenal. And the reason why I love them is because there's no more recurring costs. Once you buy it, you set it, forget about it, done. A lot of other GPS tracking charge you a monthly fee, charge you data, which can still be worth it, and if that's your preference. But this company, you buy it, you buy the technology, it gets installed in your car, and it stays, and there's no more fees going forward. You pay no longer. There's no data fee, there's no renewal fees. It's a one-time fee, which I really cool and really appreciate. So it's super simple. Highly recommend it. It gives you the GPS so it cannot be unplugged in the event that the car is stolen, and give you kill switch capabilities to turn off the car if the car is compromised and or stolen, which unfortunately the OBD2 GPS tracker that Turo hosts plug-in, very popular because it's a cheaper alternative, can easily be compromised and pulled out with a quick flick of the wrist. And your car is no longer protected and no hardwired GPS like advanced GPS. So if it's not hardwired, it's just not protected, in my personal opinion. The kill switch offers the capability to cut off the vehicle. That way, once the car is cut off, they can't drive the vehicle any longer if your vehicle is compromised or stolen. This is how you protect your business asset, and as mentioned, Best Buy membership will allow you to receive free installation of GPS system, which will save you anywhere from $200 to $400 on average to install the tracker, which is a huge save. As I mentioned, it's like a Christmas present that keeps on giving. There's no, Advanced GPS has no monthly fees after you install and no renewal fees. Advanced GPS is a one-time cost, as I mentioned earlier. I paid $974.55 to be exact for 10 GPS trackers, as you see on the screen, which I was given an extra GPS device for purchasing GPS devices in bulk, which means I have a total of 11 GPS devices. I paid $97.45 for each, which is a one-time fee paid last year. And there are no other operating costs or renewal for Advanced GPS, which is one of the main reasons I love this company. Other GPS devices and GPS companies oftentimes have monthly fees and renewal costs, which Advanced GPS does not have any fees or renewal charges. Please pick the GPS device you feel comfortable with. I just want to be transparent and share what I use as a Turo host. I have listed Advanced GPS website in the video description for your review if you are interested. Thank you for staying to the end. I'm going to share a lot of secrets on how to actually become a successful Turo host. I'm a Turo master host, and I'm going to share a few quick tips, which I've shared in other videos, but just in case this might be your first time or you might not believe it, I'm going to do it again. Let me dive into my box. Dun, dun, dun. The box of secrets, right? So first and foremost, highly recommend this. This costs anywhere from typically $5, sometimes to $20 for a group of 3 each. Really welcome, really worth it. This helps prevent theft. Doesn't mean theft cannot occur, but having a sticker like this and adding it to your vehicle just makes thieves think twice. No different as I used in previous videos for the month of February and the month of January and December. Think of it like someone who has a beware of dog sign. It makes you think twice before you want to rob a home. So for a thief or an unscrupulous person, adding this really kind of makes people think twice. This is a GPS alarm sticker that you add to it to let people know they're being tracked. As I mentioned, Advanced GPS. As I mentioned, I have 11 of these that I purchased, 10 last year, and they gave me a bonus one, which is really cool. Love this company. There's no more renewal fees at all. It's just you set it and forget about it. And to add a GPS, you typically want to go to a radio shop where they install radios, or a shop that just specializes in installing GPS. But Best Buy does it, and a lot of people aren't aware. This is a huge hack for literally $179.99, as I mentioned, for annually. Remember, annually, under $15 per month, essentially, you get to actually get free installs. You just take this, make sure it's a Best Buy location that has a garage, and if there's none in your area, you might need to drive out further. I saved over $2,000 for my 5 cars I added these in, which is really cool. This is what they look like. So these bad boys, you put this over here. Next secret, if you want to really blow the doors off the game and you're a new Turo host or a par host or a master host like myself, create your business cards. That's me right there, cartoon version. Pretty cool. That's me in San Francisco. I went to a Turo par host event, took some pictures, made it into a business card, put my little cartoon logo there. If you scan this, it takes you right to my YouTube page. You can do this, you can even better than me. Again, I'm just sharing different marketing tactics. You have to really get it yourself. You have to be serious about this game. If you want to even start an LLC, you can, but even before you do any of that, a business card goes a long way. This allows you to really perpetuate the fact it's a success. So every renter you meet with, give them a business card before the trip, after the trip. You just keep getting them business cards. And you'd be surprised who might call. You go to different hotel establishments. You go into Airbnb, which I highly recommend. You give this to other Turo hosts if you want to rent your cars to them. That's a secret that a lot of people don't know. I rent my cars to Turo hosts. So on the independent side, I rent my vehicle to movie studios, I also rent my car to independent renters outside the Turo platform that I built with Instagram, and also different social media channels, Facebook marketing. There's different ways you can do this for your business specifically, where you can actually cater to people that are traveling in your town. Pretty cool. You essentially become your own Turo host for your own business. Really, really beneficial. You make a lot more that way. It's a lot more risk, but it is worth it. Gives you a lot more power. And for the most part, you give to Turo hosts. And I actually recommend another secret: creating an Instagram or Facebook or social media account, heck, even a TikTok. Take pictures and videos of your vehicle and almost create like a profile for each vehicle and connect with people like that too. And take beautiful pictures of your car, the interior, the exterior, show that at the beach, show it in different parts that are cool places in town. Take your car there and take pictures of it, do a photo shoot, and you market this. You have to be marketable. Come on, people, this is business. This is business, people. I use Vistaprint, but they're not the only company you can use. I have a lot of cards here, a lot. I have boxes of cards. I go through these like crazy. Pretty cool. And last but not least, last master host from a Turo master host. Airbnb and VRBO are your best friend. Why, you say? Think about it. Their demographic and their penetration point is tourism. Most people are tourists that go through Airbnb and VRBO. Look it up. Airbnb is basically Turo is the Airbnb of cars. We have the same demographic, the same demand, the same principles, and the same category and demographics. So what you do is create business cards, and even before you create business cards, go on Airbnb.com or VRBO or any vacation rental site, wherever you're at, and go in there, get the listings of these different people that want to make money by listing their homes, listing their condos. And what you do, my friend, you contact them, you send them a message on there, you meet them in person. Even if you have to book a one-day trip with them, a one-day rental with them, you meet them, say, hey, I work on Turo, or I have a Turo fleet. I would like to have my guests go to your rentals, and I'll give you your information. You could pay me for it, or it could be for free, and you just send people my way too. You could charge them for this. You could do it for free, where it's just more of an exchange, equivalent exchange, where they send you their renters. There's people flying in, need a car, and people coming in to rent your car, need a place to stay. And if they have a place to stay this time around, you still give them their information. So next time they're in town, they go through that through that Airbnb host or VRBO host. So you merge the two people. Gotta think. Market. Anyways, again, I'm just a guy that works in finance, and I'm just sharing my side business that has become a primary income, and you can do the same. You can be way better than me. So I just want to share this with you. Anyways, like, subscribe, share.